Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be building the best lineups to go for Pink Diamond Roy Hibbert at any budget in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. So basically, I got a lineup here if you're a free-to-play player. I got a lineup if you're a budget player, if you have the expensive cards, and then the best cards, the best lineup that you could build in the game. So 4 different lineups give you 12 different player options depending on tiers as well. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 18,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I'd really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, so y'all will notice the general layout of these teams as we go. Generally progress from smaller guard, shot creator, wing, bigger guy, defensive guy, and then center, big center who can shoot the ball. Y'all notice the theme. And the free team starts off with your shot creator, smaller guy. There are a couple options here. I'm going T-Mac. He is technically free. I think he is the best free card at the position in the game that you could theoretically use. There are a couple of other free options, though, that I will shout out. Those being Pink Diamond Steph Curry, Diamond Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I would consider those guys as good free options as well, as alternative options to T-Mac. But T-Mac is an incredibly versatile, big wing. The fact that he's 6'8" is part of his biggest value, honestly, as well, is the fact that if he's your smallest player on the court at 6'8", you have a big, physical, capable lineup that is going to be able to have a lot of switchability and a lot of versatility. And he's a solid defender. He's great offensively. He's got a solid release. His movement isn't incredible. He's not insane defensively. He's not overpowered by any means, but he's certainly a very good card. At the 3, I also go Andre Kirilenko. An alternative to AK for a free card would be a Jimmy Butler, would be a good alternative in my mind. Somebody along those lines, I think. And then AK 6'9", 7-foot wingspan, 90 speed, 88 3-ball, incredible defender, pretty good playmaking badges, pretty solid finishing badges as well. Hoff Bulldozer and Posterizer is really good. 85 driving dunk. Shooting wise, he doesn't have incredible badges, but he does have normal fade, a decent release. He's an elite defender. He's a top 3 small forward in the game. Well, maybe top 4. But top 4 small forward in the game, you could make an argument for him as high as number 2 or 3, I think, if you really wanted to, because how valuable his defense is. Offensively, his animations aren't unbelievable, but he's very solid, and then defensively, he is absolutely incredible. At center for the free cards, as your big, the guy that I'm going with is Chet Holmgren. I just think he's the best free big option that you really get. 7'1" with great interior badges. I understand he's got low strength, but he's got very good speed. He's got all the way around really versatile defensive badges. Silver brick wall and a movable enforcer is about as those are the worst, I guess, but you can still live with that. Shooting badges are awesome. Finishing badges are awesome. He's fast. He can put the ball on the floor. He dunks the ball at a high level, and his release is solid. He's a great popper who's got obviously incredible range with Hoff Limitless. So overall, really, really darn good card, and Chet is absolutely elite at this center spot. So he's a great free lineup starter for this video. Second team is going to be our budget lineup, and the budget lineup is going to start kind of similarly to the free lineup. And I'm going to go James Jones. Technically, he is, I guess, also a free card, but I'm considering him budget. I don't even know. I'm kind of making up the rules as I go here a little bit. James Jones is super duper easy to get. That's the thing about him. I think you have to win 5 clutch time online games, and that's it to get this card. He's technically free, but he's also in that budget category where when he's released on the player market next week, or in a few days, I guess, it'll be 21,000 MT to get this card. So that's a budget card. And he's 6'8", incredible shooter with an awesome release. He's got John Wall, I think he has Steph Curry. Yeah, Steph Curry's drag back move, this step back. He's got the Steph Curry behind the back as well, which means he has the Curry slide. So he's got that movement with one of the very best releases in the game and incredible shooting badges at 6'8". He is an elite shot creator, an elite offensive card. Defensively, he is not great, and he also does not move that well unless you have D'Antoni and a ball handle shoe on him. Even then, outside of those 2 dribble moves, he's not an incredible mover. So he's a little limited, and it's a little weird to run him as your point guard, but I do actually think he is a very good option. At the, I guess, wing option, I'm going to go Dennis Rodman. Jarris Walker is also a very good option, I think, for here. The value of Rodman is that he plays bigger than the 6'7" he's listed at. He's an elite defender, obviously, but he also shoots the ball really well, and he's got a 95 standing dunk, which can be really useful, especially against mismatches. But he is your elite, versatile interior and perimeter defender. Going to be your main lock in this lineup, and I think he's the guy who probably would try to stop the primary ball handler on most opposite teams. You leave James Jones on the secondary guy. It's a little small. I don't totally love the backcourt. I actually think there's possibly other ways you could improve it. A guy like Jordan Poole will give you more defense. There are some more, slightly more versatile budget shooting guards as well that you could potentially use, but I just like James Jones's offensive capabilities so much with that drag back, curry slide, and incredible release at 6'8", as well as how great his shooting badges are. Offense is one of the very most important things in Triple Threat Online, and for me, I just think having James Jones there is really valuable. And then center would honestly, I guess, be Mutombo, who is basically the slightly worse version of the Pink Diamond Roy Hibbert that you're going for. He's a as good or better shooter than Hibbert, even a fully badged Hibbert. I would say he's probably as good or better of a shooter. And then defensively and interior-wise, he may not be quite as good, quite as versatile, quite as fast, quite as many Hall of Fame badges, especially as a finisher for sure. He's not quite as good all the way around, but he's still really, really solid as an all-around card. Needs bailout, but he's got pretty good shooting abilities, a really good interior defender, and he dunks the ball really well. And those three things are very valuable, so I do believe he's really, really good all the way around. I'm a big fan of Mutombo, still is a very viable option as a top budget center. Now, moving on to the team that I am considering the expensive team. These are your diamonds, your top tier type buyable player cards in the market that aren't lock-ins. These are guys you can go get and buy who are really, really good right now. And a guy that I think is a very good example of this is Devin Booker as your ball handler. He is an elite level shot creator at the one, moves really, really well with his push cross being elite, and really, really solid sigs outside of that. An awesome release and the best fade in the game, incredible shooting and playmaking badges. He's not the greatest defender, but he's one of the very best playmakers in the entire game, and that is super valuable in Triple Threat Online. D-Book is an awesome card and a perfect example for this lineup. At the 2, it's a little tougher. Luol Deng is here, but honestly, I think a guy like AK is better than Luol Deng, AK being free, and AK will also be buyable in the player market in a few days. So if you're still working on this in a few days, I would target AK if you're trying to buy somebody. But Luol Deng's another buyable option that's really good. Ron Artest is a great buyable option. He's smaller than Deng, but he does have slightly better all-around stats and badges, I would say. But Luol is really complete with almost every single key badge in the game, at least on gold, outside of like Agent 3, I would say. Really complete, versatile wing who shoots the ball well, has a nice release, dunks the ball pretty well, and defends very, very well, very versatile. And like I said, he's super complete. Really, the only badge he's missing is that Agent 3 badge. So very, very good, versatile option as a wing. And then David Robinson, who in my opinion is the second best center in the game right now, is the buyable center that I would use. I think he's a beast. 183K for this card, or 152K actually. He's dropped in price a ton over the past few weeks, has made him even more affordable now than he's ever been. He also, I do believe, was the or is actually the deal of the day right now as y'all are watching this video. So if y'all are watching this video on the day it came out, you can go buy D-Rob for even cheaper than he normally costs today in the player market if you are looking for a center. And he's an awesome option with one of the best releases in the game. Great finisher, great defender, good speed, can actually put the ball on the floor a little bit as well. He is an awesome and elite card. Now, moving on to the best lineup in the game. The best ball handler in my team, right now, in my opinion, in terms of his all-around versatility, how good of a card is he? I think he's the best card in the game. It's Kobe Bryant. Fully badged Kobe is just so good. Even without being fully badged, though, he's one of the most complete cards in the game. Really, even as a base card, he comes with incredible all-around Hall of Fame badges, including basically most of the key finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive badges you'd ask for. Like, you can upgrade some other defense and stuff on him for sure. But 95 speed, 96 3-ball, 97 driving, dunk defensively. He's awesome. And he's got an incredible release. He moves very, very well. He's one of the most versatile and incredible cards in the game. He's my primary ball handler, and he can be your lock and do everything in between, slash at incredible level, all that type of stuff. He's one of the very best cards in the game. He's the one. The wing is Thurl Bailey, and I technically Thurl is free as well, but I didn't want to include him in the free list because I wanted to make our options different to give y'all more options. So I'm putting Thurl in the best because I do believe he is the best like hybrid small forward, power forward option in the game. At 6'11", 7-foot wingspan, he can guard centers. Like if you're playing against somebody who's running two bigs, he can guard those bigs. He's got Hoff Bulldozer, fast twitch, limit or precision dunker, posterizer, whistle, big driver, blow by, clamps, interceptor, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser. Got all the gold badges you want too. He's just such a good, versatile wing who can shoot the ball really well because he's got a really smooth release. Defensively, he's awesome, and he's an elite slasher with the Hoff blow by. Hoff, big driver. The only things he's missing are handles for days, speed booster. You want to add bail and break starter for sure. He doesn't have limitless range, agent 3, or blinders either. So he's missing a good amount of shooting and playmaking badges, which to some people would say, oh yeah, he's not better than LeBron. He's not better than Adam Morrison. I think he is. His release is awesome. It's better than both of those guys for sure. He's way bigger than them and way more versatile. I just think he does everything at such a high level, and then he's such a good slasher as well with such a good player. But I am a gigantic fan of Thurl Bailey. I think he's one of the best cards in the game, legitimately. And then Wembanyama is My option as the 5. I do believe Wemby's the best big in the game. The only thing that he doesn't have is elite strength, but at 7'4", he kind of makes up for it with his length in a lot of ways. He shoots the ball quite well with a very smooth, easy to time release, has very good speed, especially for a player of his size. Defensively is absolutely elite, and just overall does everything at a very, very high level. Even the interior defense, which you would think would be a little bit of a struggle at times, with the 79 vertical, 70 strength, really isn't much of a struggle when you get the half anchor, chase down, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chaser, all that type of stuff, especially on a big as big as he is. He has golden movable enforcer as well, which is a pretty important badge. So I think Wemby is elite, and I do believe he is the best big in the game, and I think this is probably the best trio you could possibly run in Triple Threat Online right now, in my opinion. But hopefully these teams will give you all a good amount of options. With a free team like this, obviously I suggest some other options as well. Budget team, something along these lines. Expensive team would be something like this: D-Book, Ladang, and D-Rob, and then the best team in the game, Kobe Bean Bryant, Thorough Bailey, who is technically free, and Wemby as well. So hopefully that does help you all out with building your lineups if you're trying to go for Roy Hibbert. 7 in a row is not that hard, and even if you're not the best at the game, I encourage you to challenge yourself and try to get it. The Triple Threat Online games are short, so even if the game is frustrating, it's not that long, and it's a good way to try to improve in the game and potentially get rewarded with like a top 3 or 4 center in the game. I think with it only being 7 in a row, it's a great change by 2K. I'll give them a lot of credit, and I encourage each and every one of y'all to try it yourself, even if you don't feel like you're very good at the game. Do your best to build the best trio you can, and go out there and try to succeed and do the best you can to see how you do in TTO. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.